Hey, hello everyone, TGIF. Finally we made it until the next weekend. So we can finally have some rest, but before, as usual, some stuff to do before we can fully enjoy the end of the week. Yeah, TGIF everyone. Yes, we have episode number 38. Alrighty, seems like stream is running okay. So far so good. And yeah, I know I promised there will be no more encoders, but life is what it is. And today we'll be working on an encoder. But this time we will focus around the audio. So last time on Wednesday, I was trying to get my way around how to implement a audio scroll. I mean, audio control, volume control. I don't really like it like that. And I think I would like to try a different approach. So I did a little bit of work off stream. And I came up with this idea that maybe we can still use the mouse encoder. And the biggest issue with the mouse encoder was that I didn't quite know how to implement the push button. But I think I got it figured out. Maybe it's not the best solution, but so far it's the best I could come up with. And the thing is that we will have a normal bearing mount like we used to have before. This will be mounted to something like this. And the reason for these holes is that so I should be able to push like this, and the whole thing, hopefully, it will flex like so, and it will move down. And then I figure out that maybe I could have a encoder underneath. So encoder will be attached to this part. And then we can have a push button. Like somewhere underneath, we can have a push button, like over here maybe. So when we are pressing, the whole structure will kind of flex down and it will press the button. We don't really need that much flex. I think that was like 0.2 millimeters for the switch to trigger. So this should be doable, I think, this way. So I already did some progress around it. And then I hate this scroll around this, like when you have a big item, I mean, when you have a zoom out, you can scroll like clicking anywhere. But as soon as you zoom in and you don't hit any, like this, like now it works. And if now it doesn't, like, it makes no sense. I think I have to file like a bug report. It's very annoying, the way how it's rotating. Yeah, but anyways, back to the topic. So the problem is, or maybe not a problem, the idea is to put the button over here somewhere, then we can have the whole structure. Maybe we will change this to like maybe 3 only. This should be easier to press. And I think going this way, we won't have an issue with shaft flexing, because before it was a little bit based on the shaft, so the whole thing was a little bit wobbly because the whole knob was resting on the shaft. Because like in order to have a push button, we had to add some space around it, around the mount. So it wasn't really that good. I didn't like it. So hopefully this time around we can have it done. We can have it fixed in a way. Yeah, so I didn't have much time as usual, just a little bit of progress. So I have this top wheel. I have a piece of the encoder mount. I think we'll have to change it. I think we'll have to fill this hole because the switch will be somewhere over here. Or maybe technically we can move it a little bit down. No, it can't be fixed with this because this whole thing will be flexing. So switch has to be underneath. And I think I have some kind of a column or something like this. Just a tiny, simple bit, not much. So most probably we'll be mounting it with some screws over here. And then we can cover it up with a big knob. So that will like hide those screws. So this should look good. And hopefully it will also work good. See about that. All right, so let's continue. Yeah, I think I have to go back to one of the previous projects, and I would like to check what was the size for the push button. I have it over here, but that is not okay, maybe some other one. Okay, I think it was the mouse encoders. We will have more variations over there. Okay, let's see, what do we have over here? Yeah, I wanted this part. Yeah, exactly this one. Okay, we can hide the roller, we can hide not bearing holder, we can hide the bearing. Okay, that is a little bit too much. Okay, so more or less something like this. So what are the dimensions over here? Okay, maybe we can make a new element. Just like a quick element, so we can easily copy that. I don't have to bother much. Okay, so that is one part. And this is another. So this is the canal that we made. And the outer wall. I wonder how it's gonna turn out. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, looks okay. Yeah, just one more thing. We need some more. Let's make it 2.4. Okay, no, let's make it 1.2. Okay, 0.5, just like every other one. So, because we are like short of few walls. And this 1.1 as well. Okay. Okay, this one we can remove. That will be our canal. And one more thing, I need to check. What was the height? 1.3. All right, so that is fine. So 1.3, and this one up to this one, and this one the same, and this one as well, and this one we can do minus 1.2. It's a little bit much, but let's leave it like that. We can always adjust. Maybe we don't need it to be this thick at the bottom. Or we're gonna check how we can mount it underneath. Okay, and just this one left. Okay, I think I can connect all of this into one body. I think it's called merge. Okay, so copy, and over here. Okay, encoder holder, we have the wheel. So new component, and let's call it switch holder. Okay, and we are here. All right, so let's move it up to the center of this wheel. So this is one axis, and this is the other one. So we should be right at the center. And what was the height? I think it was 0.2. Okay, let's hide this one. Let's see. Can I measure it like that? Okay, let's disable snap to grid. Okay, it's 0.8 from the bottom. Okay, I think I need to check the measurement. So I think the whole switch was 2 millimeters, and then it was 2.2 with the switch, and I think it was 2 when pressed. Let's check it out. A bit messy, as usual. I just cleaned it up not so long ago, and it's already a mess. A lot of random parts lying around. What can you do? So what happens, I got delivery today. It's I think it should be 100 of these switches. At least this one part, and the bearings. It's definitely something that I will be using. So maybe at least this time it's not money wasted. So this will be of use. unlike these encoders, I ordered like maybe 15-20 pieces. And if this, what we are working today, if this happens to be okay working, then I will have no use for that. But maybe some other project will come handy. You never know. Unless I threw it away. And that's a very nice. And before I had them in like a mixed box, so there was like different types, and these looks like they come from a reel for the surface mounting. Oh, come on, open up. Doesn't want to go. Probably very shy to go first. All right. Okay, let's take a look. What's the actual dimension of it? Oh yeah, right. So it's 2 millimeters when it's not pressed. And when we press, it goes 186, 187. Okay, and here we have 0.8, and I think this part was 1 millimeter. Let's take a look. Okay, what is the size of this one? Okay, 1.3 from here, and this one is 0.8. So we have a total of 2.1. Okay. How far is this one? What is the, okay, 1.3, so it's the same. Okay, so let's make it 0.8, just like that, the other one. Or do we have to make it like this far? It's 1.3, so it's 0.7. Yeah, okay, so yeah, makes sense. So we'll have like 0.1 margin, and then it will be the push button. So this should be fine. Okay, so definitely we have to fill this space from what I can see at this moment, because we'll have nothing to press. Okay, we can't fill this one, but if we start with this, and how about now? Okay, now it works. Okay, if you rotate, okay, I think we have this, we have the encoder holder. I think it's directly underneath. So I think we should add something over here to cover the whole push button. I mean, technically it should be okay, because the button's like in the center somewhere, so it should be still able to press, but better to have it fully like enclosed. Okay, which part is it? So I would like to have this whole part filled, so then it will be like there will be no issue, just in case it's not directly over the push button. Okay, and let's make a circle to close it. Okay, something like this should be fine. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, nothing happened because we didn't close it. Okay. Now I see. And how about now? I think I forgot about this. Okay, now it should be fine. Yeah, exactly. Now we have some lines left. And a plane somewhere. I can't see it. Okay, I think we can remove it. Not important at this moment. Okay, one more try. How far are we from here? Should be 0.8, right? 0.8. Okay, so more or less it's the same as our previous design. Okay, one more thing. We need something to be able to attach this holder to the wheel, because of course we can't print it like that. I think it should be okay in terms of height. How high is it? 3.6. Okay, let's take a look over here. From here to here, what was that? Okay, 3.6. So it should fit in and shouldn't be sticking out. Okay, so let's move it. To be touching this one. Damn, I hate this scroll. Okay, I forgot about this one more part. Okay, where is this part? Should be over here. Okay, looks okay. Okay, so now we need a way to attach it somehow, and I think the best will be to use a screw, most probably. And we can have one screw over here and one screw over here. That should be enough. Let's see what are the possibilities here. Okay, maybe we can use 1.9. And let's make the outer wall 1.2 larger than this. Okay, looks more or less okay. And we have to connect it also to this part. Okay, something like this. Let's see what happens when we close it. Okay, I think it looks more or less okay. Let's copy and paste and let's rotate. I think we can get away without the mirror. Okay, what is the distance from here to... Okay, to where? Okay, 1017. Ten 17, and it should be okay. Okay, so more leftovers. Yeah, maybe we don't even need 4. Maybe we can get away with just 2. Okay, so far so good. Okay, we have to make the same holes in the top wheel, if I can call it like that. So this way we should be able to attach the screws later. And let's make it a little bit chamfer, like 1.3. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that this is a pattern. So yeah, if I make one hole, all 4 of them will get a hole. Oh, that is good. I don't have to repeat over here. And this one doesn't really matter right now. Okay, we have a surface over here that we don't want. Okay, it's starting to take shape. Okay, let's take a look on this one. Okay, first thing first, I really would like to have it rather short. I don't want it to be sticking out this high because the whole point of building it is to be able to have it very, very low. So we're gonna have to move it. Let's take a look how low can we go. If we attach to... Actually, if we anchor to here, can we go all the way to the plate? Technically, we can. Let's take a look if we add all the remaining parts. So, okay, we have the base. Okay, we have the base. What else do we need? We need columns, sockets. Okay, so far we have nothing else. I mean, we have only MX, so that is fine. Okay, so it's gonna be very, very low. And I said that I want to have it, or I would like to have it at the intersection of these two. Okay, so let's move it like that. So we are over here, and okay, that's not gonna work. So where are we actually? Okay, so in the center of this key. Okay, I think I can live with that. I mean, we can make it smaller, of course, but I noticed that for this type of encoder, I mean, the way that it is built, the bigger the knob, the better, the easier it's gonna be to move it. Not that this encoder is hard to move, like compared to these normal ones, like this one. And this one is super difficult to rotate compared to those mouse encoders. So it's not that bad. Yeah, but if we have a bigger knob, what is actually the size of this one? Okay, 35. I think this should be okay. I was thinking about making it 40 millimeters, but maybe not. Let's not go like overboard. I think this should be enough. Okay, so far so good. Okay, let's take a look at. So, like in comparison, if we compare to the normal encoder, okay, I see that it's not really aligned how it should be. Because if you want to have it like correctly, so it should be at the level of the base plate. Yeah, so yeah, we should be able to make it smaller because maybe not that much small. Let's take a look. What was the size of the bearing? I have the bearing somewhere. I think I have it over here. Oh yeah, the bearing is over here. Okay, I'm gonna copy it. Okay, let's make a new component so it won't get mixed up. So let's make it number 2 and let's paste it, and then I will just move it to our wheel. I'm bragging so much that's how small it's gonna be. Or maybe it's not worth. Oh, hello there, Desperate Lotus. Less accessible in terms of when you're buying, in terms of the parts, or in terms of like how functional it is? Because like how functional, I think metal pins and bearings in general, metal parts will give you better sensation. I prefer this to fully 3D printed parts. You know, fully 3D printed parts are not always that nice. The dimensions, the how to call it, like the spacing, you can't have it this well. So I would rather prefer metal parts if I can put it. Yeah, but if someone is printing, on the other hand, then you can have everything printed in one go. So that is also a benefit. So a bit of a trade-off, I guess. And also, I think if you look at this encoder, you can't really print. You can't print any parts for it. Like you can't have a 3D printed bearing or anything, or the 3D printed pin, because it is very small. It's gonna be very difficult, and it won't rotate that well. You really need a metal bearing and a metal pin for it. Maybe metal pin not so much. Maybe you could get away with some 3D printed part, but bearing is a must over here, because without it, it will be very difficult to rotate. It will be unpleasant. Yeah, welcome. So it's always a trade-off. Depends like what you want to achieve. I would like to have a good feeling when I rotate, and we already built this one. We have it over here. Yeah, we are trying to implement scroll on this before I figure out how to make a horizontal scroller. So yeah, this one is super nice. I like it. Like it's very easy to rotate. Like comparing to this encoder, I don't think you can. If we 3D print this knob and put it on top of this, might be not that easy to rotate. And this one is like very soft. It's a very good sensation. So yeah, I prefer this. And we have a bearing over here. I don't know if you can see it. So this is okay design for volume, I guess. And those bearings are not that difficult to get because I am buying the bearings that you can use for the roller skates. So you can buy it in almost every sports shop or like any like online market, and they're very easy to get. It's a very standard size. So yeah, and I think it's worth it for the sensation that they're giving. I think it's worth it. Okay, so looking at it, I was bragging it's gonna be so low, but it looks like we don't really get that much lower. The difference is more like okay, from here to here, okay, 5 millimeters. So that is still something, but that is not that much. And if you go with the chalk, so with the chalks, it might be not that great. Okay, when I look at it right now, well, we don't really need to have the push button just underneath, since the whole thing will be moving anyway. Maybe we can place it somewhere else. For example, let's hide this encoder. Why not move it like somewhere, let's say, like over here somewhere, and like make it on the more or less on the same level like this. Let's have it over here somewhere. Would it still work? Would it still push it? Technically it should. Okay, now, well, okay, now let's say we can remove this part and we can push the button over here. Do I have this encoder anywhere? I wanted to check how far is it sticking out. Let's put a quick encoder over here. I have so many right now. Let's chop off the legs. Okay, so once mounted, it looks more or less like this. So basically it looks like the way I closed it. So this is how encoder will be sticking out, like this part, more or less. Okay, so if you want to move the push button higher, okay, where can we put it? Let's take a look. So I think once everything is mounted, so this part is showing us how the encoder will be sitting in. So, okay, where can we move it to make it work? Okay, if the whole thing will be moving down like this, somewhere on the side, but then if it's on the side, I'm a little bit worried that it might be a little bit too far and we'll have to press like really, really hard because obviously the way I think about it, I think the center should be moving the most. Okay, over here might be not a good idea because it's already very far and we will have all the wires sticking out from here. So we are only left with this side, like somewhere over here. Okay, let's say, what can we do about it? Okay, maybe if we skip the margin that was 0.1 and we keep it like 2 millimeters, so basically the push button should be touching the top wheel all the time, and then just a gentle push should press it. We can try that. So instead of having it it was 0.8, we can do 0.7, like this. Okay, are we in the center of this piece? Probably not, but I think we can align it to this hole, like this. Okay, we are in the center, no way. Yeah, looks like it. Let's move it and let's see what happens if I... Okay, that was unexpected. Okay. We don't have to worry about this screw. There will be no screw over here. So that is perfectly fine. We only have screw over here, and there won't be any here. Later on, I can disable the pattern so we can like fix those holes. Currently, it's not an issue. Okay, with this, we can go really, really low. So even for chalk, that will be kind of cool. Let's say we move this part all the way to the bottom of this. So this makes like the base of the whole encoder. So how thick is it right now? Wow, 0.6. And if you really want to, we can chop even more, because like the bottom is currently 1.2, if I am thinking correctly. Okay, one more try. From here to here, 0.67. Oh, that is a little bit odd. Am I grabbing it correctly? Yes, 0.67. So that is not that much. So maybe we can make it, let's say 0.7. Oh, wait, 6. So we have like 3 layers, 0.6. Is it gonna be enough? Should be maybe enough. Okay, let's fix it at 6 millimeters. I mean 0.6. So one layer is 0.2, so it's gonna be 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. So we have like 3 layers. That should be enough. Besides, there won't be any force like pressing on it because everything will focus on the top wheel. So this is only like how the wheel will flex. So it will just follow the wheel. Okay, just quickly fix those. All right. And this part as well, all the way up to this. Okay, so now what is the height? Okay, 6.6. I think that is the most we can get out of it. I don't think we can go any thinner than that. And this wheel is how big? Okay, 2.4. Oh, we can always make this wheel smaller, maybe 1.2. Yeah, but then this won't be really that nice. We won't have enough space maybe for the screws. Okay, it's up to, we need to check that because like at 2.4, we have a good spacing for the screws, enough to put the screw in and to bevel the edge. So we can hide the head of the screw, even though there should be some space because the bearing will be resting on this, and this is 0.4. So it should be more or less enough space so that the bearing won't really hit. So that should be okay, but we can always try later, maybe 1.2. Maybe this will change something. Definitely it will be easier to press because it will be flexing more. But 1.2, if we go with PLA, and someone is strong enough, it might even break those parts. So okay, let's leave it like that. So let's leave it at 2.4. So the whole structure is 6.6. That is still okay because if we compare to the encoder, yeah. So I think we can fit like 3 of these over here. That's like 21. Yeah. So 3.5. Okay, so that is quite okay. Maybe it's not that bad. So okay, so that is this part. But now we need to figure out like how to mount it, how to make a functional part out of it. Okay, and I see I have some stuff over here. Okay, I think that was a mock-up of a switch, so I don't need that. I don't need this one as well. Okay, I don't know what's that. Let's see. Okay, also that's like a different part. So, okay, let's get rid of it. And this is our old encoder. So we have these over here. Okay, what is this? Okay, that's the wheel. Okay, this one is not needed. Let's leave this one. Okay, so let's lower it. Well, if you really want to, we can go even lower than that because like at this level, all those wire canals, they will be like a little bit lower. So that is not that bad. This will give us a little bit more space, but if you wanted to lower it, and this will be on the same level, would it make it more difficult to connect? We don't have any parts that are like sticking out like towards the bottom, like if we had it with this encoder. So this encoder, as you can see, the legs are sticking down. So then we need some extra space, or maybe we can always trim those legs. But then it's a little bit more difficult to solder anything to it. Okay, I think I will leave it like that. We will see how it goes when we will be building everything. Okay, let's take a look. Are we on the same level? No, we are not. Okay, something is not aligned. So this is all the same. Okay. So I think I have to move it a little bit towards this. Okay, now we have it on the same level as the bottom plate. Alrighty. Yeah, I have to say it's looking kind of okay. Okay, this is 3.5. Okay, so this is like 4 millimeters, 4.2. So we will have like additional 4.2 millimeters to like wire everything to do our stuff. That is plenty of space. So now we need to figure out a way to make this this part that will be holding our push button. We need to find a way to attach it most probably to this part. Am I getting it right? Because this one won't be moving. This one will be moving, the top part. So if you are pressing, so it has to come with this part. Well, technically maybe we can attach it like that. Let's take a look. If we do something like this, let's see. Can we make a 3-point circle? How would I want it to be attached? Because I was thinking maybe we can have it something like this. Of course, we would need to cut this part. Okay, how can we make it? Okay, if you make it like that, that's not quite what I would like to have. How about, let's see if we can do it like this. Okay, that is 0 degrees. Let's say we make it 30 degrees. Oh yeah, something like that. 30 and 60. So we have 0. And we have 30 and now 60. Okay. This part we don't really need to have it like round because it doesn't really make sense. It's we have to trim it anyway, and this part from the encoder will be over here. So I hope that is enough space for the encoder itself to fit in. Okay, so I think it looks good, in my opinion. Let's just project this one. So we have this edge, we have these two, and if I want to close it, I think I have to project this one, and this one. So we should have like a closed surface. Okay, let's see what we did. Oh yeah, okay, so this one we don't want, but this, yeah, it's perfect. Exactly what I wanted to have. Okay, so I can pull it up to this part. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. Yeah, so looking at it like the parts, so that will be one part. Then comes the wheel, so that will be our top part. We still need to find a way to attach the top wheel to this one. And there was one more thing I was thinking about, because if we look at it from, let's say, from this perspective, like this, okay, can I have a section? Yeah. So we're gonna have a knob over here. Beautiful drawing, I know, I know. So there will be a little bit of a gap. So I was thinking maybe we can, if we make this edge a little bit bigger and make something like this, and then we can have the knob built like that. So you won't be able to see from the side, like if there's like a hole over here, that we can make it like maybe 0.2 size to kind of like cover it up. Because when you look at this one, okay, maybe not this one, because this obviously has a huge gap. At my keyboard. It's always risky to unplug during the stream. Yeah, so there is a hole over here, and I don't really like it, but we need it, because if you want to press, we need some space. And this current design that we're having now, since it's based on the bearing, we don't really need to, it won't be really moving on the bearing. Everything will be stationary. So then we can make it a little bit tighter, maybe. If we add this edge, would it work? Okay, we can check. Sounds like a good idea, maybe. Okay. It's funny, like working on a keyboard while working on a keyboard, because the keyboard right here is technically the one that we are working on. We just like changing few things. All right, so we have those two parts. So okay, now we need to figure out how to connect these two. Okay, not this. So I think we need some kind of a holes over here. Maybe 2 or 4 or maybe 3. Okay, but the issue is that this edge is rather small. Let's take a look. I don't think it can handle. Let's see if we can make a hole like 1.9. Okay, I need to do it in the center. And how do I get to the center? Is this okay? This is not the center. Okay, let's see if I do it like this. Is this the center? No, not quite. Okay, maybe if I do it like this, if I make a line over here, and we have this line, and now I can, okay, this will be the center. Okay, so 1.9. Yeah, that is not that much. And if you want to have it a little bit bigger to cover the head, like 1.2, okay, it's outside. So that is not good. That is not good. Okay, the radius is 13.9. Mm-hmm. 13.9. Another option is that we can go from the bottom. Since it's not gonna be this tall. Okay, that is like 6 millimeters from here to here, but then we have the bottom plate. So from the bottom plate to the top, we have 10 millimeters, and this is 2.4, and that might not hold that well. And okay, we have like 8 millimeters screws and 10 millimeters screws, and this is like 10.4. So technically 10 should be fine. But on the other hand, I have the mouse sensor mounted from the bottom, and it's not the best way to go around it. Okay, I think I have to make this bigger. Let's make it 13. Okay, let's see what we have right now. We can remove this line. We can make a new one. So 1.9 for the hole. And 1.2. Okay, it barely holds, not much space. And if we still have to make some extra space for the screw head. So that is still not enough. And now I'm getting worried that it might not really flex that well. Let's make it 12.5. Uh, 1.9. And if we want to hide the head, 1.5. Damn it, that's gonna be very, very close. But if we do it over here, okay, let's see. We have more space over here. Okay, let's do it like that. Let's make it 13 as it was, or maybe even 13.9. Yeah, it's the same as this one. Yeah, so we can forget about this. Let's remove this this pattern. Am I gonna be needing it? Most probably not. How do I... There should be, oh yes, on pattern. All right. So we can fill... Okay, it still hasn't removed the pattern. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is it independent now? No. Okay, how about now? Can I finally close it without affecting others? No. Okay, so this one... Yeah, I think it would be better to have just 3 of them. Okay, let's remove these. Okay, we can remove empty components over here because we won't be needing them. I can't see this feature. Okay, let's activate this. Okay, we're gonna make a new pattern. But I want to have 3. Like so, so 3. Let's make it 0 and 3, 6. 3, 360. Okay, yeah, something like this. So I guess we'll have to redesign encoder holder. Well, that is not an issue. We can make it work, no problem. Yeah, but this way will be easier for me because I can make one hole over here to attach. Okay, let's take a look first. If you want to make those mounting holes over here. Okay, this part doesn't belong there. I think it's piece of the encoder holder, so let's put it back where it belongs. Okay, let's say that's gonna be the center. Okay, let's make it a construction line and see what we can do with it. Okay, if we make it 1.9, and then we want to make it 1. Okay, let's make it 1.3 maybe. Okay, so it's sticking out a little. Okay, so how about we do it like this? I can make a circle from here. Okay, and I can move it so it's gonna be something like this. It's gonna be the size of the screw is 1.9. Then we have to where did I put the plus? Okay, 1.9. Okay, 1.9 plus. Okay, but that is not quite. Okay, I think I have to do it some other way. Okay. Let's make a circle 1.9 over here, and let's move it. Okay, and one more, that is 1.5. Okay, now if I move it, okay, if I move it to here, that will give us enough space. But then it might be a little bit difficult to fit in the encoder holder. Because we have to attach this. Well, we don't really have to attach this. No, we have to, because it has to be one. Okay, it has to be one part. So we have to get rid of this. Okay, I think I have to make a new component out of it, and I think it already kind of broke the surface. Because it's just like a part of it. I don't want this and this line and this one. Okay. Now it's finally how it's supposed to be. Okay. So let's move it around. Let's make a pattern out of it. So we need 3 pieces. I will make this like 0, and then we can change to 360. Okay, perfect. So this is the part that will be holding the wheel. Okay, so it looks kind of okay. Not that bad, in my opinion. Okay, so one more thing, because these components these need to go lower. Something like this. But this top needs to stay, because this will be for the screw, and this will be like what will be holding the screw. It's getting a bit tight over here. More like, I think we need to go to this part. Okay, now we have to mount this. So this will be to attach this one. If I get it correctly. So we need something to attach this part to this. How about we use a piece of this wall? Let's make it 1.9. Yet again, I need one more new component if I want to have this column like independent. Okay, so this is our screw. And now if you want to make a column for it, let's make it 1.3 maybe. Okay, that should be enough. How does it look like? I think we can trim it a little. We can get rid of this part. Okay. So looking at it, so this will mount the encoder holder to this part, and this will allow us to attach the top to this ring. I think so, at least. I think I'm already a little bit lost. Okay, let's copy this one together with this. Let's move it. What is the distance from here? Let's say to this 705. I think I measured it wrongly because from here maybe it will be better because this one is full circle. 695. We need to rotate. 6.95. And of course something is wrong, but that doesn't matter. We can move it to this wall and now everything is perfect. Okay, getting a little bit lost in this design. Okay, so where are we now? So we have the top of the wheel. Maybe let's give it like a proper name. So this is part of the top, this is part of the top, and this component is part of the top as well. So that is one part. What is this? Okay, this is like the... Okay, I think we can call it the bottom, because this is where everything else is placed. So let's give it a name. Okay, and we can move all the stuff to here. So that is bottom part. Switch holder is also bottom part. And encoder holder as well. And on top of that, this pattern is also part of the bottom. Alrighty. If I remove this, what's gonna happen? Okay, and this minus this. Okay. Okay, that is looking good. Maybe you can make it one piece. Okay, why do we have this line over here? Okay, this is one part still, but we have this line. I don't really like it. Okay, so there is some additional part. Okay, some leftovers from cutting. Okay, so this is the middle part. Kind of middle and the bottom at the same time. Okay, so let's take a look at the top part right now. So from the top, we would like to cut this. Okay, we have some more leftovers from cutting. It didn't quite cut the way I wanted it to cut. But I can move it myself. Or maybe not. Okay, so we still have to cut this. God damn it. Okay, I think finally we have all the cuts that we need. Okay, what is this part? I'm just gonna cut it like that. Okay, so this is 0.7, 1.3. Okay, so that is correct. Okay. Is this everything that we need? Let's take a look. Okay, let's remove the bottom. So this is the top part in a way. So the bearing goes here. On top of that, we can put the knob. Okay, then underneath we have the bottom part, and the bottom part is actually the holder for the encoder, holder for the switch, and this is a separate part. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Okay, so this looks like this. So these holes will help us attach the top. These holes will attach the holder to the top, so then it will be moving together with the top. And we have the switch over here. So the switch won't be moving, but it should technically we should be able to press it with the top wheel. And okay, we have only 3 pieces like that, so that should be good enough, in my opinion. All right. So I think that is more or less everything. Let's take a look. Okay, so this bottom part, if we make it 1.3, not like this, we want to bevel. Okay, so not much space. Might be difficult to print, I suppose. But we didn't really have much choice over here. And this one, if you make it 1.3, okay, I think it's time to connect these. Okay, and now we can make it 1.3, but we want to bevel it. Okay, this one didn't connect before. Okay, now we should be able to bevel it nicely. 1.3 and 1.3. Okay, this line we don't need anymore. Okay, so the screws that will be coming from the top, we should be able to hide them. Let's take a look at the bearing. Okay, we'll be sitting over here. Like so. Okay, this mount was kind of okay. We don't really have to go like above this one. This was holding quite nice as far as I can remember. Okay, so alright, so this should be clean over here. Okay, we can remove empty component over here. Okay, so we have the top nicely. This plane we can get rid of. Yeah, maybe I can leave this, whatever it was, a construction line. Oh, okay, so we don't need that as well. Okay, so now the bottom. What do we have over here? Let's hide the top and let's take a look. So we can connect those parts. So this is one part, this and this and this one and this one. Okay, looks good. And this is a separate part. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so that is part of the encoder. Okay, let's connect everything into one piece. Okay, so I guess we have it done in a way. So we can move this one over here. We can clean this one. So that's our bottom. And we have a switch holder right here, and we have the encoder holder right here. Okay, looks good. So far so good. Then the top comes here. Screws can hide over here, and from the bottom, these I won't be hiding because there will be one more piece over here. So this is, so far it's fine. Only this one. I wonder how it's gonna print with such a tiny wall. Well, we don't really have to make it like this small. Can I change it to maybe like 1.1? Yeah. Not much difference. But yeah, it should be okay. No, it's kind of small. I think I like it. I hope it's gonna work. I really hope it's gonna work like that. So what is left to do? I think we need to make just a knob in a way, some kind of a knob, but we already have one somewhere. Let's take a look. Not over here, not over. I think we have it over here. Let me take a look. Okay, there is a knob. but there is no shaft anywhere. But that is not a problem because we already have a shaft. Okay, that is not that much important. Okay, the size is different because this one is 32 and this one is what? Okay, this one is bigger. So let's make a new one quickly. Shouldn't take long, 5 minutes tops. Okay, let's make it's gonna be knob. Okay, let's make it circle over here. 35. That is okay. Okay, what was the height of this one? 8 millimeters. All right, we can make it 8. That is fine. 8. Okay, let's go. So we have it 8. Then okay, that I think that is the part that was catching the bearing. What is the size of this? 1105. Okay, let's take a look at the size of the bearing. Where did we put our bearing? It was somewhere over here. Okay, this one. Okay, what is the size of this? 1095. So I think that was it. But we can't make it. We'll have to make it a bit different because I remember it was very difficult to take out the bearing from it. So 1105, that is fine. But we have to make it not that big. I mean, less tall. Okay. So 1105. Times 2. So 1105 times 2. Yeah, 22.1. I think that is correct. We can hide the bottom and the wheel. Okay, where is it? Where did I? Okay, where is this surface? Okay, let's move it over here. Okay, we're gonna pull it, but we're gonna pull it from the top. We're gonna leave it maybe, it can't be the whole size. So let's make it maybe 2.4 from the top, like this. Okay, so this is where the bearing will go in. And then we need one more circle. And let's make it from here. Let's make it 1.2. And we need this one project, like so. So now what I can do, okay, so I need this. Okay, so this is what will be holding the bearing. So this will be 2.4. Okay. What do we have over here? Okay, let's pull it like this. No, not like this. Okay, I would like to make a new body out of it. So let's pull it like this. Let's add to here, and it vanished. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, so if I make it in a new component, that should do the trick. Like so. Okay. like this. Okay, we have this ring left. This one we can close. Okay, so I want this part to be 2.4 from here. Okay, first I need to cut. Okay, so from this big one, I will chop off this one, remove. Now I can make this one 2.4. So that will be the part that will be holding the bearing, like this. I hope it won't be too much, because if we put the bearing like the whole length of the knob, if I can quickly bring back the bearing, oh yeah, something like this. So what I'm trying to do is this part over here, because if we make it all the way down, if we just like cut this piece, then it's almost impossible to remove the bearing later on. So if you make this, the part that is actually holding the bearing, if you make it short like this, 2.4 should be okay. Might be too much. We're gonna find out on Monday. Yeah, so this is how I'm to mount it. We don't have to worry about anything else, because this will cover the bearing and everything, so that is perfectly fine. Okay, I think I went out a bit too high over here. Okay, we can make it like this. I think I should make it one part, because I would like to make like those tiny holes for the finger. So I need to connect those two bodies. Alrighty. So what do we need to do now? I would like to add a sphere. Oh, it's so huge. I don't know, like 5? Too big? 2.5? Too small? How about 4? Okay, let's move it something like this. Because I would like to make a pattern out of it, so then we'll have something like this. I want to make these tiny holes around, so then it's very nice if you can like grab it with your finger. It gives you like a good resting point. These are kind of too small. Maybe if we make it a little bit bigger. This is what? This is 4. If you make it 5. Okay, let's make it 5. We can always change it. Let's move it a little bit from here. Okay, let's take a look. If I would like it to be 1.4 from the edge, can I make it like that? Okay, let's see. Let's make a circle like this. And now press Shift and 1.2. Okay, let's make it like this. Okay, can I move it now? I can't move it. Okay. It's a pity that Design Spark won't allow you to grab the sphere like by this edge. But I mean, it makes kind of sense, because if you have a sphere, it wouldn't know at like what level to grab it. But we can get around it if we do it like this. Okay, I think this should be okay. Let's remove this, and let's remove... Okay, we don't have to remove this one. Okay, now we'll make a construction line, and I think if I go over here, okay, I can select this ball. Okay, which component are we in right now? Okay, over here. I think okay, so let's grab it, let's move it. Can I anchor? Okay, I can anchor to this now. So basically we are anchored at the edge. And we can move it all the way to here. We can't move it all the way to here. Oh, that is not good. I think we need, okay, we can't move it to this point. I think we need one more line or a point. Okay, so let's make one more line like this. And let's make a point over here. So now I can remove this line. I have this point over here. So technically I should be able to move it. So if I move it, I can anchor by this point. And I want to move it in this direction. And I want to move it. Where is this point? Why it's not showing? God damn it. Okay, I think I can do it like this. I can do ruler, and if I make it 0, yeah, finally we have it done. All right. Okay, we have to make it a bit different because it's a little bit messy right now. Let's move this to a new component because this is the part of the knob anyway. Okay, we won't be needing this anymore, and we can get rid of the point. There's an arc over here. Okay, doesn't matter where the point is. I think that's the one. Okay, so now I can move it. I can create patterns, and I want to choose this and around this one. Okay, let's see. If we make it 5, that's not that much. Let's make it 8. Like so. Let's make it 360. Okay, so 8 is too much. 7 is too much. Okay, how about 6? Okay, 6 is fine. It looks kind of big. Maybe I should make it smaller and make it more elements. Like we have 6. Over here we have how many? 2, 4, 6. We have 8. Okay, 8 looks kind of okay. All right. I think I have to change it anyway. So this is 5. Okay, if you make it 4, and we change the pattern to, let's say, 7. Okay, this looks kind of okay. Like a good compromise between 8 and 7. Should be big enough for the finger, but like not too small. I can always change it later. I think I've always been doing 8, so let's make it 7. Alrighty, so let's just cut this from this one and remove the bottom. Alright, get rid. Okay, so that is the issue over here. We don't have enough. So we have to make it bigger by, I think it was 2.4. Okay. okay, so we are back to square one. So what we need to do, we have to lift this one by 2.4. I'm not too happy about it. Then this pattern by 2.4. On the other hand, we can always lift up the pattern instead of that. So okay, let's make it minus 2.4. Again, minus 2.4. Okay, let's take a look. Maybe we can somehow, maybe we can do like a section and see what's happening. Not like this. Yeah, another thing what I would like to have, okay, they're sticking out anyway. Okay, that is not too good. That is not too good. What is the thickness of the top? 2.4. What if we instead of going with this, okay, let's make a new component and let's go with just circle. What was the size? I think it was like 4. That looks kind of small. How about 5? Okay, let's leave it at 5. Okay, we can't really move it like that, so let's make a line. Alt tricks. And it won't move. Holy shit. How about this one? Okay, I can make a ruler. Okay, that is fine. Alrighty. Let's pull it. Let's make it minus 1.2. And maybe let's make it a little bit higher, like 0.4 maybe, so that it will be like sticking out a little. Okay, it should be in line. Okay, now let's move it around. Let's make patterns, and from this. Okay, how many elements? Let's make 8. Let's make 360. Okay. So I think we can make it a little bit bigger. Okay, it's 2.5. Let's make it... How about we make it 4? Yeah, and have I removed the line? I think I did. Okay, can I make it... Okay, it won't work like that, but okay. We can make a line again, alt trick. Okay, let's make a line from here to here. Construction, of course. Okay, now I want to move it. I want to anchor from here. I want to direction like this. And from this part, I want 0. All right, perfect. That is very nice. All right. Okay, not this. I wanted to cut. So let's cut from this part, remove this, and remove this, and this, and this, and this one. Okay, we can hide. Okay, it looks kind of fine. And now we can make this edge a little bit round. If we make it 1.2, okay, that's not quite what I wanted. I think this one. Yeah, this looks much better. And we don't have to make the knob any bigger. Okay, that was a mistake. Was supposed 1.2. Alrighty, not so bad, not so bad. And this one we can make around like maybe 0.8. Okay. It looks kind of nice. I think I'm gonna like it. Alright, so we have to steal the shaft from somewhere, and the best shaft we have already over here. The one that was working the best for us. Okay, where is it? Okay, it's not a separate part. That is not an issue, because I can copy this part, and let's make a new part over here. Let's call it shaft. Okay, and if I paste it, where is it? Okay, let's make a surface out of it. Okay, it's kind of alrighty. So we have to rotate by 90 like this, and it has to go to the center. So our encoder holder is over here. Okay, let's take a look. How long was it? What was the distance from here to here? 2.2. So, okay, I think we can make the same. Actually, we don't need the base. We don't need any of those parts. Okay, so from here, I want to move it. Let's make a ruler. And it was 2.2. Okay, but of course, it is a little bit too small. So let's copy this one. I mean, we can still use it, but it's not gonna be okay. It's gonna break on us. Okay, where are we? Okay, so what do we have? Okay, we don't need this. We have the surface. We can hide this part. We won't be needing it. Okay, like so. And a quick check. What was the distance from here to here? 1.8. All right. So let's move it from here, ruler, to here, 1.8, and pull it all the way to here. And this should give us very nice knob. Okay, but the issue is most probably won't be able to print it that nicely. What happened here? Okay, I think I missed one edge. Okay, 1.2. Now if you make it bigger, if you make it 2.4, how about 3.6? Yeah, this might be easier to print. 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, let's make these 4. Okay, this should make it easier to print, and there won't be like too much overhang. So maybe we can do it without any supports, just like upside down. Okay, I think we have all the parts that we needed. Time is right to finish off the stream, but before I go, I think I will send it to the printer. So later on, maybe I will check it, or maybe I'll wait and we can check it on on Monday, sorry. Okay, let's print it, 3D, another PDF. I would like to have an STL like this. Okay, so this is our knob. Okay, from the bottom, this is our bottom. And this is our encoder holder. So let's call it ENC hold. Okay, and I think the last part is the top of the wheel. Okay, let's call it top. Let's save it. This one we don't save, and this one we don't save as well. Okay, let's take a look. What do we have here? Okay, so this is our top wheel. So orientation is okay. The next one is encoder holder. Let's move it. Also orientation is fine. The bottom piece is also okay. And the last one is our knob. And this one we have to change. Like this. Well, we can make the whole thing a little bit bigger in the knob, because we don't, doesn't have to be this thin, because inside we have plenty of space. Let's take a look. If we look like this and we enable the knob, yeah, so we can make something like this, but just a little bit smaller. So this is like the inner size of the bearing holder. So from here, if we do like, okay, if we do 1.2, that is not too much. Maybe 1.8. Okay, I think that should be enough. How about 1.6? Okay, that I think that is maximum. And where is our circle? Again, 0.6, like that. Okay. Okay, we can pull it to here. Okay, let's make it 1.2 like this. So we have the round core, and then we have the shaft, like two different sizes. This looks about right. Most probably it won't work, it won't fit. That is fine. So, okay, so one more export for the knob. Over here, I would like to overwrite and just reload. Okay, yeah, let's, I will allow it to arrange. Okay, looks fine. Is there any trash on the print bed? Most probably there is. What's that? Okay, I was printing something. I will just go pick it up. Found this on Bamboo. I don't know if I can call it marketplace, where you can find all the designs. These are screwdriver holders for the SCADIS board, which I have at the back. I'm gonna check them out later. It looks very cool. And it did print, no problem. And there's a lot of other designs. I think I will have a lot of printing over the weekend. All right. There is some trash hanging from the nozzle. Okay, what do we have over here? Okay, I think I will go and try to remove it before it starts. Okay, more or less it's clean. So let's go with the print. Looks like a fruitful stream today. Most probably nothing will fit. That is great, because we will have something to do on Monday. Alright. Let it print in peace. Half an hour to go. Alright. As for today, I think that will be it. Thank you very much for joining. Have a great weekend ahead. A lot of rest. Play games. Don't beat keyboards. Weekend is not for the keyboards. Just enjoy free time. And yeah, I think I will see you on Monday. I think the stream should be as per schedule. Yeah. Thank you very much, and I see you all on Monday. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. See you.